Good morning, it is Monday and I have completed my check-in, my first midweek check-in, which I will insert. And as expected, I am on low days for the foreseeable. So my weight has dropped a little. It dropped more yesterday. I was bang on 72 kilos yesterday, but this morning I am 72.2, I think. If I'm not, I'll insert it here. But yeah, low days. So the only thing that's changed for me today so far, I can't remember the rest, but if there are any more changes I'll let you know, is that I swapped my full bagel this morning pre-training for a bagel thin, 20 grams of jam, banana, everything else is still the same, and my 70 grams of post-workout cereal has now gone down to 50 grams post-workout cereal, which I am currently indulging in. I'm going to eat that. I'm going to crack on with some work. I've been feeling a little bit weird this morning. I did some posing at the gym and I feel really good about how I'm looking. That's all fine. What I have started to be like hyper aware of is that time is running out for me to get myself organised, and I'm usually very, very organised when it comes to competing and, you know, exactly what shows I'm doing, exactly where I'm staying, all of my appointments booked. And it's because I've been umming and ahhing about how much of it I'm going to do myself. But I need to start getting shit done, so getting my memberships paid for, getting my show registrations done and all that kind of thing. So I am going to start looking at that this week. I've got another busy-ish week. Just realised that that's been down there the whole time. I've got a massage tomorrow, which I forgot about, which is kind of nice. That will be mainly working on my upper, I think. The last time I went to see Katrina, she was like, you need a session just on this. And I was like, okay. So we'll do that. I've got my hair appointment on Saturday. And then everything else I think will be pretty normal. But I am on daily cardio now. So low days equals daily cardio, which is fine. Don't need to reshuffle anything at the moment because I'm making good time with my training and when I'm doing my cardio, and I'm able to get in there before work and complete it and stuff. So I'm not panicking about how much it is and how much it takes out of me, because at the minute it's still only 30 minutes, which is fuck all really compared to where I've been. If you were with me for the last prep, look at my poo emoji here, if you were with me for the last prep, I was doing 90 minutes a day, so 30 minutes is fucking nothing, and I'm very grateful for it. But it is time to start getting myself organised, because obviously I've got different things to factor in now with regards Maggie and where she's going, what she's doing, and yeah, weighing up how much of it I'm going to do myself in terms of tan, makeup. Not going to bother getting hair done apart from the universe if I qualify. I mean, I've already paid for my deposit for that, but yeah, I've just got a few little things to bottom out that I'm currently unsure of, and then I think I'll feel a lot better. My period still isn't here. I think I'm on day 31 now, which I was worried about on my last cycle, but not so much now. Now I've looked back at the data, that is actually quite normal for me at the moment, that I go over 30 days. So yeah, that's where we're at today. If there are any updates to my food that I haven't already factored in, I'll let you know. Oh, as you can tell, I've cracked the duvet coat back out because I'm absolutely freezing. I've just gone and finished off my steps and I'm just preparing my last 2 meals of the day, and I thought I'd just jump on and talk through how I felt on slightly lower training day food, and I feel no different. I don't feel any different. I didn't think I would because it's a very small change. I lost essentially half a bagel and 20 grams of Cocoa Pops. It's not a lot at all. All of my other meals have been exactly the same as what my training day meals would have been prior to carb cycling. So I don't feel any type of way. What I was going to talk about is how I felt when I saw my low rest day food. And I think it's important because actually all I've really lost is 10 grams of oats and a banana, really. Because I've been taking the 30 grams of oats out of my meal 5 and putting it in my meal 1, I've been having like a chunky gal portion of oats in the morning and having my creamy at night. Now, what we're trying to do by sticking to exactly where the carbs are in my plan is try and see how I feel and look in the morning after having my carbs at night. So that 30 grams of oats is sitting in my meal 5, and my meal 1 has gone from what I was having was 70 grams of oats, but now it's 30. So it is a drastic change, but actually throughout the day it's only 10 grams of oats. I looked at that and was like, oh my god, that's going to be really, really shit. And so much of the nutritional side of bodybuilding and, you know, bodybuilding and training in the gym, so much of it is up here. If I tell myself that that's going to be shit, probably will be. Now, I'm not going to tell myself that that's going to be shit anymore. I'm going to say it's going to be okay, and it will be. It's the same if you're going into a session and you tell yourself that it's going to be really bad, but chances are, now that you've said it, it probably will be, and you'll be looking at it like through that lens. So I just thought I'd say that my rest day, low day, is going to be fine, because it will be. It's the same amount of food throughout the day pretty much, give or take a banana and 10 grams of oats. However, because I'm having those carbs later at night, I might find that I can go a little bit later into the morning before having my first bowl of oats. I don't know, but it's going to be interesting to see what I look like and how I feel after having those oats at the end of the day, because what we're obviously trying to look at now is how my body responds to oats and what it looks like as it leans down first thing in the morning, because we're trialing things for like show day. So I'm interested, but I'm going to have my beef meal, make these meals up and sit and chill. It is 7:30 and I'm done, and that feels nice. Hello, it's Tuesday. My hair looks like the poo emoji. I'm trying to leave it as long as possible before I wash it, because I'm gonna wash it before my hair appointment at the weekend, so that whatever colour that goes on my roots will stick really, really well. I've got a foot mask on. I've started trying to get ahead on some of the skincare bits that I need to do for competing season. I will get a pedicure at some point, whether that is gel nails or not, but it might just be the skin on my feet. The skin on my feet is not my best feature. Like, they're not terrible by any means, they're not like crusty or anything like that, but I do get dry skin on my feet. So by doing a foot peel now, it's just getting rid of some of the harder skin that I do have. Anyway, good morning. I trained quads and delts this morning. It was decent. If, by the way, I've got green here. Maggie Roundhouse kicked me in the face last night. I was snoozing on the sofa. She does this thing where she like kicks out her back legs like really rapid, really strong, and she just kicked me in the eye. It wasn't great. I was half asleep. I fucking wasn't afterwards, let's put it that way. But anyway, I trained quads and delts this morning. It was decent. I told myself it was going to be decent. My period's still not here. My digestion's all over the place. I don't feel 100%, but I told myself it was going to be good. A little bit like I talked about last night with mindset around food drops. And it was. I had a couple of PBs in there as well. So I made up with that. Still don't feel wicked, but it's what it is. It will be fine. I'm cracking on with some work today. Hopefully it's not as busy as I was yesterday. Yesterday I had a little bit of a mentee bee. Funnily enough, in private, and then my boss rang me just as I was sat here like, oh fuck's sake, and he was just like, what is going on? I was like, I've just got too much to do. And he was like, okay, like, let's sort that. So things are a little bit better, but I just don't know why we keep letting ourselves get to this point. It's not just me, it's across like everyone that I'm working with at the minute. We're all feeling that, and it's not even like year end in March, which will be remarkably worse. But anyway, I did my cardio this morning. Low days is daily cardio. When I spoke to Amy yesterday, I can't remember whether I told you this, but Amy was like, looks like we'll be on low days for the next 7 to 10 days. So that's nice, I've got that to look forward to. But again, it will be fine. It will be fine. Steps wise, I'm on 2793. I will get out on a walk on my lunch. I will get out after work to do the rest of them because I've got my appointment with Katrina at 6. And then Andy's out. Andy's going to a gig in Birmingham again tonight with his friends, and he's staying over as well, so I'll have to make sure that everything's sorted with Maggie in the morning, ready for him to come home early doors. He'll be back by about 9ish. But yeah, I'm just trying to get myself sorted and just manage to get through the week, to be honest. Things are busy. Not in a great way either, but I'm feeling okay. I just really want my period to turn up so that my poops go back to normal. Little things. I don't know whether Dolphin have changed their courier, but they are getting so fucking slow. Like, when did I order this? I ordered it at some point last week. I don't know, they are just getting much slower and I'm not a fan. But they are cheaper than everywhere else. So I've got another performance protein in banoffee. Duh. Do I get any other flavour? I probably should branch out. I tried this at Ultraflex Rotherham and I've been looking for something that just gives me a little bit more of a pump. This is a non-stim pre-workout. Plenty of salt. I got this in red cola flavour. When I tried it at Rotherham, it tasted disgusting. But it was because I didn't have it with enough water. So I'm thinking about having this as well as a stim pre. Oh, that smells really, really nice. Really nice. So I got that in red cola flavour. I'm looking forward to trying that. I have 2 rest days now though, which is kind of annoying. I always get really excited about these things and then I'm not training. So I picked up some HR Labs Blow Up. And that's all I got from Dolphin. And I had to wait like 5 days for it, which is not great considering how much they charge for postage. I might make a complaint, but I probably won't. It's 5 to 6 and I've got my massage. I've just wolfed down my beef meal in the car and I feel a bit sad that I ate it so quickly because I really enjoy that meal. It just tastes like a little bolognese, but I wanted to get a few more steps in before my appointment, so I'm just pacing. Katrina's unit's around that corner, but I'm just pacing until my appointment at 6. And then I'm gonna go in and get my back ravaged, I reckon. I don't think she's gonna be very nice to it, I'll be honest. Period pain has started, which is kind of good, kind of not. But it's not as bad as it has been previously, so I'm grateful for that. I should have about 4,000 steps to do. When this is finished, I'll take Maggie out. And then I've just finished all my meal prep for going into the office tomorrow. Thought I'd get that done before I went to my appointment because I finished work at 5 and I had an hour. So yeah, I think I'm on the ball. I am home from what I can only describe as the most, or up there in my top 3 most painful massages of all time. I really needed all of that back, trap, lat, everything work done. More than I realised, like so much more than I realised. But how Katrina always starts, when she does my back, she'll start on my glutes because obviously everything connects. She started on my glutes and she started on the left side and I was like, oh, this is fine. I was talking through it. On my right side, she was like pushing into them. She like pushes them away from her and into her. And then she went, and just put her thumb. Oh, I can't. She put her thumb and stuck it in my arse. That sounds awful, but you know what I mean. Stuck it in, and I yelped. And she was like, your hip rotators feel awful. And I was like, yeah, that's awful. She was like, have you had some pain in the back of your hammy or like around the back of your knee in the last couple of weeks? And I was like, yes, I have. She was like, oh, She was like, this is not good. And she worked it through, and oh my God, I needed that so bad. I needed that so bad. So I feel like I've completely got on top of where I went too hard on the leg curl and had my lats and everything pulled apart all in one go. And I feel like a new woman. Fantastic. Fantastic. So I'm going to eat my last meal, which is my yogurt, Biscoff and cherries. And then I'm going to carry on doing my steps whilst watching Prison Break. And then I'm going to make some amendments to one of my clients' plans. And then, I'll be honest, I'm probably going to go to bed. I'm probably going to go to bed because I don't feel wicked after that. And I will really benefit from having a good kip. Maggie is just over here being a fucking terror. Maggie! She's buried something in the sofa. So yeah, it's going to be an early night. I've got all my food ready for work tomorrow. I'm going to get my bag ready for like cardio tomorrow. And go to sleep. And hopefully wake up feeling amazing. Happy Wednesday, you little bastard. It's Wednesday. I actually enjoyed that cardio session. I can't say that I'll say the same for all of them, but I enjoyed that one, especially considering the fucking sleep I had. Now, this is funny now. It wasn't funny at 4 a.m. I had a nightmare that I had eaten like a family share bag of mini eggs in my sleep, and I woke up and I was frantically looking on the floor like, oh my God, what have I done? What have I done? Obviously, I hadn't done that. Funny now. Not funny at 4. I'm really hoping that last night wasn't the start of shitty sleep. I know so many people who suffer with sleep on prep. I never have, and I've always been grateful for it. Every prep is different, and I'm hoping that that isn't me going into these latter stages and leaner stages, because that'd be really fucking annoying. I would not like that, and there's only so much you can supplement. So I'm going to go to work now, where my manager will probably laugh at that story. He will laugh at that story. I'll tell him. But yeah, shower and get ready there. Grab some petrol on the way because that looks low. Just another day of getting steps now. First low rest day, which I'm sure will be absolutely fine and a dream and not hungry at all. I am on my lunchtime walk and disaster is striking. I'm either coming on my period or I'm about to shit myself in public. So there's that. I also tried that ashy brown eyebrow pen today and the very fair contour. I don't think you can see the contour much, but the brows are like not as intense. And I think it works. I haven't worn my thingy today, my headband. All of the route that you see is stuff that I've sprayed on. But I'm so fucking excited to get my hair done this weekend so that I can not wear that frigging headband and not be as embarrassed at how yellow it is. But yeah, lots to look forward to this week. I just need to make it to Sainsbury's before one of these bodily functions happens. God, this is not good. It was a pain. It was not good. Oh my God. What is this channel? I'm so sorry, but also like, this is a bodily function and that's what I talk about. So, man. I didn't think I was going to make that. There we are. This is how Wednesday is going. I'm hoping that that is the start of my period coming, because fucking hell, I'm on day 33. I'm just going to look back on some of my data as to what happened last time. I'm pretty sure it's day 33 or even 34 last time. They're getting a lot longer. I thought I'd give a little update after my day. I think the last time I picked my camera up, I thought I was about to shit myself. So it's been a great day. But I must say, whilst I am so tired from my shitty night's sleep, and believe me, when I've finished everything I've got to do tonight, which isn't too much, I'm going to go to bed.
and just sack today off. All I've got to do when I get home is finish off my steps, which is bare minimum because my walk to Sainsbury's was actually a banger for getting steps in on my lunch, and prepare my food for tomorrow and make sure that my bag's ready for tomorrow. Probably don't forget my laptop again. That would be great because that's something else that I did today. I packed my headphones, I packed my mouse, I packed my work phone, but I didn't pack my laptop, which is directly in front of all of this stuff. Whatever. I just wanted to give an update that I am not hungry. I thought I might be hungry today. First rest day, having a lot less carbs in the morning, and I feel pretty good. Other than being absolutely knackered. But I guess having a couple of days of less calories on my low training days has helped that along. I think training day, low day wise, I've probably lost about 200 calories. Yeah, about 200 calories. So I've been on that. I've been on 200 calories less than I would have had for a couple of days now. So that probably eased me into losing the oats in the morning and losing the banana. I've still got some oats to have this evening. But yeah, I'm actually feeling pretty bloody good, apart from feeling extremely tired. My period still isn't here yet, so I think we're going into day 34. I don't think I'm lean enough to lose my cycle yet, but I do think potentially this could be my last cycle. I don't really know. I don't know how my body's going to hold up with that, but it seems to be extremely sensitive at the moment regards my cycle, so I don't think I'm going to be keeping it, but that's okay. The mission just will be to get it back ASAP post-competing. So I'm about to go to my second supermarket now in the search of bananas. Hopefully it will deliver. And then I'm going to go home and do fuck all. Good secured. How do I feel going into my check-in tomorrow? I feel absolutely nothing. Nothing. There's so many things that are out of my control this week that nothing. Done what I can do. See what happens in the morning. Hello, it's Thursday. I think this is a I look as good as I feel situation. It's 5:20. I've been awake since 5 to 4 with horrendous period pain. Do you know what? My period pain is so intense at times that I think when I go into childbirth and my contractions start, I will be like, oh, these are just as bad as my period pain. That's how bad they are sometimes when I'm like writhing around. I was rolling about in bed and I just thought I'm going to fucking get up because otherwise I'm going to wake Andy up. So it's 5:20 and I'm at the gym, so I'm going to get my cardio done. But I don't feel wicked, but I'm so glad that my period is here because thankful for that. 34 days. 34 days. I've done my check-in this morning. I couldn't watch it back at first because I was just like, you look like a little fucking shitty twig. But I told myself that I'm being mental and looked back at it, and I can see that whilst my weight is, I think I'm 72.4, so I'm down on my last check-in from Thursday by 0.2. And I'm up ever so slightly on Monday's check-in, which I know is just my period because I have come in loads. Like, I look at it and I'm like, my posing is shit because I'm just so tired and I'm in a lot of pain, but I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, I can see that I've come in on my legs. I can see that I've come in everywhere really, because I'm looking at it and I'm like, ew, you look flat and tiny. So, well. But I'm going to get in and do my 30 minutes cardio. I've got loads of time, so I'll probably get a load of steps in as well. So that means less to do later. But yeah, I'm feeling like a bag of shite. Let you know how my check-in feedback goes. I've just finished my cardio and I'm in absolute bits. I've managed to get about 4,000 steps in as well because I was there at the break of day. But the reason why I've just come back on is because I've just realised I put these braids in last night just to sleep in, to have wavy hair. I'm trying to avoid washing it until tonight because the roots are so yellow, man. Like, they're so yellow. And I've just been spraying on a darker root, whilst I've been hiding it. But I'm having my hair done on Saturday, so I want it to be without any root spray so that my hairdresser can see it for what it is. But I've just gone into the toilet and realised how much I look like Predator. So I'll not be doing this again. I mean, I wouldn't normally go out like this anyway, but yeah, wow. A mood. Hello, wow. I just realised how over and above I went with my blush today. Clearly I thought I fucking needed it. Feedback. Cardio has gone up to 35 minutes, which Amy thought she did a couple of weeks ago, but didn't, so well, it's fine. It's 5 minutes. It'll feel like nothing. Fat burners have gone up slightly, which I need to keep an eye on because I think they're making my digestion go weird. So I just need to keep an eye on that. And she's happy otherwise. I'm going to check in on Monday because she just wants to make sure that my weight is still coming down because obviously it hasn't budged much. But also period vibes, big time period vibes today. So I reckon it'll come down more over the weekend. And she just wants to make sure that that's still ticking away, otherwise she'll make some more changes. But yeah, it's all right. I expected as much. I expected her to make some more changes, to be honest. So I'm quite happy with that. We've had a little bit of a chat about toned versus athletic as well, which I need to go back and re-listen to before I kind of repeat. But I'll do that when I finish my walk because I'm just having a nice little time. I've just been to pick up a drink. I haven't got high hopes for this one, I'll be honest. Strawberries and cream flavour. I'm just doing it out of boredom now, to be honest, because that sounds gross. But I've had a busy morning, got a busy afternoon. But because I woke up at fucking 4 a.m, I think I've gone over and above in getting my steps done already. So at least there's that. Can we just appreciate it's 5:15, I'm finishing work. And it's light. What a fucking privilege. Things that are not a privilege. Yes, I've drank it because I don't like waste, but this tastes like ass. morning, it's Friday. I've just trained lower. It was interesting. I took too much pre, and I'm not going to say it ruined it because it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great. But it is day 2 of my period as well, so I'm not going to put it all down to that. I was just posing, minding my own business. This chap that I've seen before was like, oh, things are coming along now. And I was like, yeah, thank you, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, what shows are you doing? Are you doing PCA Naturals? And I was like, I'm not natty. And he was like, oh. Oh, God. Natty girls can still be massive. I ain't massive. And I was just like, oh, God. Oh. Just realised that that little bruise from where Maggie kicked me in the face is coming along. Yeah, that wasn't amazing for several reasons, but it wasn't terrible either. I did my 35 minutes cardio. Remember, cardio is daily at the minute whilst I'm on low days. And did some posing. My posing actually looked quite good this morning. My weight is on the way back down, so I'm 72 kilos dead this morning, which is good, but I'm checking in again on Monday, so we'll see what that scale weight actually does and whether Amy's happy with it. She might make some more amendments. Yeah, better get home. I think I might do a face mask today. I feel like I need it. And get on with some work, get steps in, feedback to my clients, and chill. I haven't got loads and loads of stuff to do tonight, I don't think. Yeah, quite nice. Got my hair tomorrow, which looks fucking disgusting right now, but leg day. I'm really looking forward to that. I have not felt very confident in the last couple of weeks with my hair just because it's so yellow at the root, and that's why I've been wearing this. But I don't know whether you can really tell. God, it's so fuzzy because I've just been sweating my tits off. I'll sort that out when I get home, but yeah, looking forward to that. That'll give me a bit of a buzz, I think. The wind here is so bad, so I don't know whether you're even going to pick this up, but we've just been doing some like off-lead training with Maggie on a tennis court near our house because it's enclosed, and if she ran off then she wouldn't actually run off. She's just done fucking amazing. She came back every time, listened to all her commands, waited back there as we walked up and down, and just sat and waited, literally just waited for us like a really good girl. Do you know what? We have put a lot of effort into training her because I hate seeing disobedient dogs, and she's just amazing, but yet maintains so much of her character and is still so silly, but she can be really serious and listen sometimes. I'm just really proud of her. Just having a proud parent moment. But we're going to get back home now, have my last 2 meals and chill out. I fed back to the girls already, so it is just for home and chill out now. Well done, Maggie. Morning, it's Saturday, it's 7:30. It's been an early one. I wanted to get up early today and train before my hair appointment, before puppy school. Ooh. Cool. My fucking weird snaky bicep veins are coming through. Oh, that's looking quite good. Okay, that's enough of that. I wanted to train before puppy school because I think tomorrow we're going to be on the minutes a little bit. We want to try and make the most of our Sunday together, and we want to take Maggie to like the shopping outlets and stuff. There's one that is near, I want to say near Meadowhall. It's not fucking near Meadowhall, it's on the way. So it's around Sheffield Way, Junction 32. It's a designer outlet. We're not actually going to shop. We're going to socialise her in an environment that isn't like puppy class, or, you know, where she literally has to behave because we're in and out of shops. So we want to take her somewhere like that to just train her, but also just do something, the 3 of us, and have a chill. And it's a bit of a date day that I can do on prep. I'm just going to be getting steps in there. I'll come in the morning and do my cardio early doors, but that's what tomorrow's looking like. Today we've got puppy training, We've got my hair appointment. I haven't done my cardio after this session. I'm going to do it after my hair, which I know is gross, but needs must. I'm going to come back in after my hair appointment, do my cardio, do my steps, and then we'll have the evening together because I'm sure I can box that off in like 2 hours. And tomorrow will be pretty easy to get steps in, because we're just going to be walking around this outlet thing. And then my parents are coming over for dinner. They haven't been round for dinner for a while, and I don't want me being on prep to stop them doing that. So we're having them round for a beef stroganoff. Obviously, I'm not partaking, but still. So yeah, that's the weekend. I didn't film that session because it's the session that I've done for the last 2 weeks. Filmed it once. I filmed dribs and drabs of Andy and I doing it last week, and I just think that must be boring for you. I'm kind of in a weird spot at the minute where I'm trying to keep my training really routine and not switch it around too much because of just, I'm not that far out. But that session was good. There's a couple of PBs in there as well. My training sessions are still good and my strength's not down. I'm actually still getting PBs. And my food is low. It's not high. And I think the reason why I'm not struggling is because I'm not going into it telling myself I can't do this or this is going to be shit. Home, shower, makeup, stuff. Just had a very quick turnaround. I cannot wait to get rid of this yellow. Like I can't wait. I can't wait. I've done my makeup because I just thought I need to like my hair, and I always do my makeup for the hairdressers just so that I know that I'll look put together at the end. I haven't put any lipstick on or anything yet because I'm about to have my post-workout. And what I was going to show you was because on a low day my post-workout cereal has dropped, I've just been, and I think it's a prep thing as well, you're like looking for different options to just switch things up and make things feel like you've got more variety than you like actually have. So I've been cycling 4 different cereals, and I'm allowed low-fat cereal, so less than 3 grams of fat per 100 grams. And that does restrict you quite a bit. Like, it's hard to find cereal that isn't full of shite, but we've got 4 on the go at the minute. One is Neo Rings that I've picked up from Lidl, and these are like chocolatey vanilla. I've just been trying to find something that has more bang for its buck with the volume as well, because my volume has been dropped. So these are still doing good. Choco Rice Cocoa Pops, always. That's the Lidl equivalent. I picked these up, which is what I'm having today. Honeybees Pops, and they actually give you quite a lot of volume for 50 grams. These didn't quite hit the mark the other day. Chocolate Shreddies. Would you believe they are 2.4 grams of fat per 100 grams? So you can get away with a little chocolatey something, but I honestly stick to Cocoa Pops or Choco Rice. These are not giving me bang for my buck on volume. Like, there's just not a lot for 50 grams. Whereas my other cereals are giving me a little bit of something. Anyway, that's me being really fucking boring. But this is prep. You're just trying to try out different things, feeling like you've got more variety in there. And I'm not hoarding Easter eggs this year, but I am on the cereal. And I think that's growth. Whilst I have been eating my post out of pure trauma for the last time that I went to the hairdressers, I've just prepared all of my meals bar my last one, and I'm going to take them with me because there's no way, I won't be there for 9 hours, but I am scarred from that. So I've got my chicken salad, I've got my chicken and veg meal, and I've got my beef, rice and pasta sauce meal. I'm going to take them all with me because I've got the fear, genuinely. About to say something else and then I was like, oh my god, my content is so dead. But I'm going to say it. The Honeybees Pops stay really crunchy, which is a big win for cereal for me. What a fucking loser. Oh well, we're all losers. I tell you what a fucking lovely day. I'm ready for this. It's so much warmer today and yesterday. I think it was like 13 degrees. What a fucking difference it makes to your mood. More of these, please, especially as I'm personally getting colder. But yeah, puppy training mornings. Andy taking one for the team. Pretty colour. Spaghetti. Alice, who's that? Who's this? Alice.
is that? It's you, Alice.
Good morning, it's Sunday. I have just been into the gym to do some posing, first and foremost, my cardio and a boatload of steps to get me started for the day. Hair is looking so much better at the top. Like there's a lot more ash in there. There's like tipping on the ends so that the ashy colours really come through. But it's just so much better. And obviously that root tap as well has done me a fucking solid. So it no longer looks like I'm wearing a wig. But it's such a good base for me to add more ash in there, which is the plan going forward, because I don't think this is currently light enough to really blend my grey. But I think it's a really good start, and the fact that there's ash in there at the root and throughout, you see underneath, yeah, it's a great start. And I had a really good trim as well. My bangs are back to being shorter and just under my chin. But anyway, enough about my hair. So I've just done my cardio and some posing, like I said, but I fucking broke my shoe. And then I looked closer at this one and it's fucking broke. So I'm gonna have to get some new shoes. You can buy replacement straps, but I need one pair of shoes that are fucking decent, and then I'll always have replacement straps in my bag anyway on show day. So that's really annoying. But what isn't annoying about like little things like that? So I'm gonna have to get some more. We're not going to the designer outlet, like shopping outlet today anymore. We wanted to stay a little bit closer to home and just chill. We're going to go to Doddington Hall and take Maggie and just have a coffee, and Andy will probably have like a cake or something. But I've done all of that fasted and it is 9:34 now, so I'm going to go home and get my first meal, which is my rest day, a bowl of oats. I'm checking in tomorrow for a midweek check-in, and my weight is well on the way back down, so I feel a lot happier about that, and I'm sure Amy will as well. So looking forward to seeing where I'm sitting tomorrow. And yeah, our Sunday's gonna be pretty chill, and then my parents are coming over for dinner later, which will be really nice. But I'm gonna get home now and sort all this out. We've got a little doggy, and then I've got my milk with a black coffee, and he's having a brownie. We are back from Doddington Hall. And I had a little thought when I was there, because I don't think I've been very food focused at all this prep. Like previously, I'd have been watching like YouTube videos or hoarding things, buying Easter eggs, buying chocolate, buying treats. I'm still a feeder. I've by no means stopped doing that. But I'm not food focused like I have done previously. But when we're at Doddington Hall, this woman left like 3/4 of a slice of cake on a plate and left, and I was just like, what are you doing? That's offensive to me, like take it home. We had a really nice time. We've had a really nice day, and my parents will be here in about an hour and a half. They're coming round and they're watching the football here because Man City play Liverpool, and our family are big Man City fans. But we're just about to get in the bath. You gonna have a bath? She looks like she's excited, but she won't be in about 10 minutes. We're gonna have a bath ready for them coming over. And I've done everything. So I feel very accomplished today. All my steps, my cardio, everything. Had a pose down. Broke my shoe. We'll forget about that a little bit. I survived bathing the dog on my own. Before my parents get here, something else I was going to mention today is that on Friday I received an email from Suze, who is my bikini maker, and she sent out like her May competitors list, like sending out, can you get me this, all of these measurements, what do you want, blah 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 blah. So I have filled out most of it. Next week's vlog, at some point, I will film how I'm measuring myself for that. So before I send it off, because I think that is something that we all need a little bit of help with, because it is hard to get right, and it needs to be right, because you can't have any flaps hanging out on stage. Well, yeah, you can, but it's probably not going to go down very well. I'm very aware that I haven't talked about the costs of competing yet. I've got a friggin' list. Maybe I should just do it now. Cost of competing. See, I already had a list. Okay, so in the off season, before you've even decided to compete, you need a coach. You do need a coach. Very few people coach themselves with great success. You need that person to have the accountability with and to screw your head back on when it's quite simply fallen off. So a coach. I think there's very few bodybuilding coaches that are less than £130 a month. In off season, you'll get your weekly check-in. They're there for you. You should get a meal plan or macros to follow and a training program to suit your physique and what you need to bring up. Supplements. So the way that I have is around £45 a month. But if I run out of stuff, then, you know, you've got to factor that in as well. I take quite a lot of supplements. They're not cheap. At the moment, I'm taking extra supplements because I'm on prep. So just factor those in. Before you've decided to compete, you will obviously have your gym membership, which, you know, between £20 and £50 a month. I've factored in a food shop into this as well, because Andy and I live completely separately but together when it comes to food, particularly in a prep, because we're not having off-plan meals together. But my food shop, I would say, comes to around £120 a month, and that's not including like whey protein. You've decided you want to compete. Posing sessions. It doesn't make that much difference whether you're having them online or in person. They're still expensive. I want to say between 65, 70 and £80 a session, whether that is online on your phone or whether that is in person. Don't underestimate what you can get out of an online posing session, like via WhatsApp or something, or a video call. You can still get quite a lot out of it if you can't get to somebody close to you. So don't neglect it, essentially. Posing bikini, I think mine cost around £75. Obviously, I've got a lot of wear out of that. I've had that since I last competed. So October, November 2022, I've had that posing bikini for, 2.5 years, and it's as clean, lovely as the first day I got it. It's not showing any signs of wear at all. Choosing the federations that you want to compete with. Now, federations charge an annual membership fee, even though you're probably only competing for 6 weeks out of the year, 7 weeks maybe. If you do what I did in 2022, you'll do your early season and then a second half of the season, so you make the most of that. But generally, you're only doing one competing season a year, and each federation that you compete with charges an annual fee. Annual membership for NABA, I think, is £50 a year. I think it's very, very similar to PCA, and that is not your show entry fee. That is just your annual membership to be able to compete with those federations. I'm not sure what Two Bros federation membership is, but I know that it is an expensive federation to compete with. It's the road to the Olympia after all. Your show entry, so your registration for a show to enter, is around £50, and that is across all federations. It's circa £50. Your tan is around £70 per show. That is a base coat, a top coat, and a glaze. So it is technically 2 coats of tan and 1 coat of oil. That is £70 per show. If I compete the day before the Universe, which I'm still on the fence about, I will have 1 show day tan on the 24th for that, and then I will have another top coat on the 25th, so that I'm only paying for 1 base coat. But this is where you can make savings. You can do your own tan, and the tan packages that you can get with Pro Tan through Compact are around £22-25, I think, for a base coat and a top coat. Makeup and hair, if you're getting a package, you're looking at £100 per show, roughly. Photos, £50 per show. Shoes can be anywhere between £75 and £120. I think oh, my parents are here, I'm going to film this later. Hello, I think I'm coming to you from the future to finish off what I started. My parents arrived, we had dinner, and then I got massively distracted, but I didn't finish off my list and I wanted to. I think I'd got to shoes and said that Compact and PCA sell them for about £75 to £120. But the Shoe Fairy and their range of shoes are even more expensive than that. You don't need to go super expensive at all. You just need to get shoes that are comfortable and that fit and that you can walk confidently in. You shouldn't go on look for finding your posing shoes. It should definitely be, you know, centered around your foot, your balance. Have you got wide feet? Have you got narrow feet? What height you're comfortable with? But generally, posing shoes are between 4.5 and 5 inches as a heel. Some of them have a platform, some of them don't. Are you short? Are you tall? Do you need that height? Do you definitely not need that height? Some of the platforms are flat, some of them have slight turned up toe. There's lots of different things to consider. I believe that the Compact returns policy is quite good if you are only trying them on with socks and wearing them in the house. So do dabble and find what's right for you. I still think there is a better shoe for me, but I don't know what that is yet. I do need to buy some new ones because obviously mine snapped. So I've gone through like the very bare basics of when you go on stage, you need a tan, a bikini, shoes. You don't necessarily need photos. That's not something that you need to purchase, but I feel like you've made all that effort. You should treat yourself. Like, you want to remember these experiences and these memories. You do need to pose. I feel like you do need to invest in your posing. It's not something that comes naturally. You do need a good coach. There are things that I spend money on that I don't necessarily need to. It's not essential that I go and get a sports massage every month leading up to competing whilst I'm on prep. However, I rag my body around quite a lot, and I think it's important that I'm putting a lot of effort into my training. I'm putting a lot of strain on myself. I need to get on top of any injuries if they occur, and I need to treat my body well. So that's what I do. I am better at having these sports massages in prep, and it's something that I want to continue back into my off season. I haven't mentioned anything around like backstage stuff and like jewelry, because that is completely down to the person. But when I come around to packing my stuff and putting all of my backstage essentials together, I will go through in a bit more detail about what to spend money on, what you don't need to spend money on, that kind of thing, either as I'm buying it or as I'm packing it. So you'll see a little bit more of what that looks like. But competing is expensive. They are just the things that you need to get like on stage. I haven't even factored in travel costs to shows, accommodation that you will need. That accommodation will need a kitchen and 2 beds preferably, so that you sleep separately to a partner so your tan doesn't print anywhere. I haven't mentioned a bronzy, but I feel like a bronzy is a good investment. I wear mine all the time when I'm competing just to save my tan and not have it print anywhere. And you need to factor in how much you're willing to spend on travel costs and accommodation. Like, if you can do local shows, fantastic. If you can do that turning around in a day, but sometimes the show calendar just does not help you out, just does not work. But it's the time of year that you compete that you need to think about and plan accordingly. If you're planning with enough notice, then you can plan your competing season around shows that you want to attend that can make life easier for you. You can do your own hair, you can do your own makeup if you feel confident enough, you can do your own tan if you feel confident enough. I'd always suggest doing a professional tan for first timers just to take a little bit of stress out of there. I've just been editing this vlog on the treadmill and I have missed probably the biggest expense that you will ever spend in competing. It is handmade bikinis. I can't believe I just missed that. Handmade bikinis. You are paying for, I'm gonna be confident and say Swarovski crystals. You are paying for someone's time. You are paying for something completely tailored to you. Whilst I say all that, they are extremely expensive. You can save money on them depending on how much embellishment you have. They come in like levels. Level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5. Level 5 is like your ombre effect. Level 4 is full coverage. Level 3, I'm spitballing across different bikini makers here because they might be slightly different, but all of those different levels dictate how much coverage you have on your bikini of crystals. You do need a little bit of embellishment. You need a little bit of sparkle, but you don't need to go full coverage if that's something that you don't want to pay for. But you are looking at around £300 to £500 per bikini. It's a lot. It's ridiculous, but it is something that you keep, you can use again. Do you know what? I can't even sit here and justify it. It's a whole lot of money to spend on the tiniest piece of clothing you will ever wear, but we all do it. We all do it. But there are costs to be saved, which I go into now. You could rent your bikini. The Bikini Exchange and Georgia Rose bikinis offer bikini rental. However, you do take the risk that it doesn't quite fit you like it would fit the person that it was made for. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, there is money to be saved, but there is certainly money that you need to spend on certain things because they are important. You can tell a person on stage that hasn't invested in their posing and had lessons in how to get the most out of their physique. I hope that was helpful. If anything else comes up as I am buying it for show, I will show you, but backstage essentials will be something that I factor in to my vlogs going forward as I prepare my overnight stuff and show day stuff and what have you. But yeah, it's a pricey sport and that should not be underestimated if you are going into your first competitive season. You also need to make sure that you're in a good place with your relationship with food, your relationship with people, you know, your family relationships, your partner, so that you can have open conversations about it. Money needs to be in a good place, like your routine needs to be down. Yeah, there's lots to consider, but I think it really is worth it. It's such a challenging sport in the best ways. It will really show you so much about yourself and what you're capable of.